Welcome to Call Me By Your Name spoiler-loaded review. If you haven't seen the spoiler-free section, you should. So click on the card here and then come back here. I have two main issues with this film. Spoiler alert! Hi, I'm Javier and this is the Geek Filter. Watch until the very end for my extra thought on the film. So, two issues. First is the scene that gives the movie its title. They're laying on the bed after having sex. That's Elio and Oliver. And out of the blue, Oliver says, "Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine." So I was like, okay, how does that fit in? It's not something you would normally say, you know? So then I thought that maybe there's some reference I'm missing. Something in arts or culture or even pop culture that I don't know about. But I don't think that's it. So if you know, please let me know in the comments below. So if it wasn't about a popular reference, it should have been anchored in some previous dialogue, right? But there was nothing on the film prior to that moment that justifies Oliver saying that. No in-film reference. Unless, and it's a bit far-fetched, that this moment is referring to the scene where they go swimming with the professor at the lake where the statues were brought out of. At the end of that scene, you hear them calling each other apparently for no reason, while seeing two birds on the ruins by the lake. As an average spectator, I could miss a lot of things, but at least I should understand what the movie's title means, right? Whatever's the case, I should be able to get it. Well, I didn't. What I did get was a corny line. Something cheesy you would say in that situation if it had something to do with something. But don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I like the additional connection that created for the rest of the film because they use it a couple of times after that, the name exchange. I think it reinforces the relationship and gets you more involved, and it's also kind of cute. The second issue I have is that I felt it was going to be over, but then it didn't. On a strict note, and if I would have wanted the film to have a happy ending, I would have cut it at the moment when they go on the trip together. Or maybe a bit later, when they're at the mountains, having a Sound of Music kind of moment as a finale. But okay, I understand they don't stay together forever, so the relationship must end within the movie. So if the story is about how Oliver comes for a summer and then leaves, I would have ended the film when he leaves on the train. But okay, you don't want a waving goodbye kind of finale. I get it. So you want the kid to cry? Okay, make him do it at the train station. You have to solve him going back home? Okay, make him cry after the phone call to his mom, but still at the train station. But to then let half a year pass and then get the call from Oliver saying he's going to be married? I'd say that was kind of stretching the film a bit because it's more than 15 minutes worth of footage. Or maybe you wanted to have the dad's final monologue, which by the way, I thought it was so empathic, revealing, and great. Well, maybe, but hey, I am no one to judge their artistic decisions. I'm just trying to make sense of them and give my opinion on them. I think that the story actually ends when Oliver takes the train, and what follows is sort of an epilogue. An epilogue is one last piece of the story that lets the viewer know what happens to the characters after this episode in their lives, how their lives have changed, and sometimes the teaser of a sequel. Not in this case though. So in this case, the epilogue would be Elio calling his mom to pick him up, then talking to his dad, then half a year of time gone by, then Oliver's kill all hope phone call, and finally Elio's 4-minute long crying scene in front of the fireplace. Now, maybe I got it all wrong. And the creator's intention was to talk about how Elio was so hung up on Oliver even after 6 months of probably not talking. But for me, it wasn't. For me, it was about how Oliver affected Elio's life during his time in the house. And the last part was the epilogue. Whatever the writer or director was trying to do, it actually felt long. Longer than it should have been, in my opinion. For me, the story had ended long before. Nonetheless, I did like the elements that composed what I'm calling the epilogue. Separately, but not as a whole. Extra thought, I love that Elio's parents realized what was going on and were so supportive, especially given the time they lived in. So what do you think? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more film reviews on the Geek Filter. And be sure to check out my Patreon page where there's exclusive spoiler-loaded content with even more comments about each film. Thanks for watching. Bye!